Most people assume intelligence is about knowing more facts, having better grades, or remembering everything. That's not how it really works. The real difference isn't how much information someone has. It's how they process situations, how they approach problems, and how they respond when things get stressful. You don't need a perfect memory or academic awards to be smart. What actually matters is learning to think the way smart people think. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 simple mental habits that intelligent people use every day. They're easy to learn, but most people never practice them. If you start using even one of these, you'll notice changes fast. Situations won't overwhelm you as much. People will value your input more, and you'll feel far more in control. Let's get into it. First, they don't obsess over being right. When most people hear disagreement, they treat it like a fight. They argue, get defensive, and try to prove the other person wrong. Smart people take a different route. Instead of attacking, they get curious. They ask genuine questions like, what led you to that conclusion? Or can you explain how you see it? They aren't trying to win the conversation. They're trying to understand it. And that changes everything. When people don't feel attacked, they relax. They listen. They open up. That's when real dialogue happens. You can't force someone to change their mind, but when you help them think more clearly, they often do it on their own. Second, they look at the bigger picture. Many people judge their entire worth based on one moment. One failure becomes, I'm bad at this. One rejection turns into, I'm not good enough. One rough day feels like life is falling apart. Smart people step back. They zoom out. Instead of seeing a single mistake, they look for patterns. Maybe their approach needs adjusting. Maybe they need rest, support, or a new strategy. They don't treat setbacks as personal attacks. They treat them as data. When you see problems as information instead of disasters, panic turns into planning. The questions shift from, why is this happening to me? To what can I learn and what should I try next? Third, they focus only on what they can influence. A lot of mental energy gets wasted worrying about things no one can control. Other people's opinions, future outcomes, random events. That kind of stress doesn't fix anything. It just drains you. Smart people follow a simple rule. If they can't change it, they don't dwell on it. They redirect their attention to what they can control. Effort, preparation, attitude, actions. They can't control results, but they can control their response. And that mindset frees up energy they can use to actually improve their situation instead of stressing about it. Fourth, they're comfortable with silence. Many people rush to fill quiet moments. They talk without thinking, interrupt others, or say things just to avoid awkward pauses. Smart people don't fear silence. They use it. They listen carefully. They think before responding. They let conversations breathe. And here's something interesting. Silence commands attention. When you pause, people expect your words to matter. When you listen fully, people feel respected. You don't sound intelligent by talking more. You sound intelligent by speaking with intention. Try pausing for a few seconds before answering next time. You'll notice the difference immediately. Fifth, they pause instead of reacting. This is one of the strongest habits of all. Most people react instantly. Someone is rude, they snap back. Something goes wrong, they complain or shut down. Smart people slow things down. When emotions rise, they pause. They breathe. They ask themselves, does this deserve my reaction? What's the smartest way to respond? Staying calm isn't weakness, it's control. The person who keeps their composure when others lose, it has an advantage. Thoughtful responses lead to better outcomes than emotional reactions ever do. So what does all this mean? You don't need to be loud. You don't need to know everything. You don't need perfect grades or a fancy background. Intelligence is about how you think, not how impressive you look on paper. Ask instead of arguing. Step back instead of panicking. Focus on what you can influence. Get comfortable with silence. Pause before you react. Most people won't do this. They'll keep stressing, reacting, and arguing. But if you practice these habits, you'll start seeing solutions where others see chaos. You'll stay grounded when situations get intense, and people will naturally start turning to you for advice. None of this requires you to be born gifted or special. It just requires awareness, patience, and better choices in how you respond to the world. That's real intelligence, and now you know how to build it. Here's what I want you to do next. Pick just one of these habits. Don't try to change everything at once. That's how people burn out. Choose one and practice it for the next week. If you want more content like this, videos that help you think clearly, stay confident, and handle life better, subscribe and turn on notifications. If this video helped you, give it a like so others can find it too. And comment below which habit you're starting with. I read every comment. You don't need to transform overnight. Just start thinking differently, one habit at a time.